Hi, and welcome to the Zoom assignment. In this video, we're going to discuss how to register for the Zoom assignment and sign up for your team. So the first thing you need to do is this is the assignment to read over. And we're concerned about how do I register for this assignment and get into my group. So first thing you need to know is that the class code is Spring 2023. Or 2023 spring. So going back to the course home, this is where you're going to click to see what your team is. Now, it's going to list all the teams for me because I'm the faculty member, but it'll just list the one team that you're in. And when you click on members, it'll show you the members and it'll be able to give you, when you click into your team, you'll be able to have access to the emails of your team members and be able to contact them and share files and things like that. So this is where you discover where your team is. Now, for the Zoom simulation to register, you need to go to the website. So if you click here, it'll bring you to a link that'll open up the website. Now here is where you're going to register. So you see this button here. Let's make this bigger. You'll see this button here, register. You click on register, and you're going to click on student. And this is where you're going to need to fill out the first party registration form, which is pretty simple. First name, last name, email. Use your real first and last name as you see in Solar. Don't make up or use any nicknames. And then you're going to create a password. Make sure the password you create is something that you can remember. Maybe it's the same password as your NetID or something that's easy for you to remember. Okay, so I submitted a fake student here I made up. First name, last name, as it appears in Solar. My Stony Brook email address. Now the email address really doesn't matter because I never see it, but whatever helps, use the email address you're not going to forget. Create your username, probably easy to keep, something that you're going to remember. Maybe it's the same as NetID for your Brightspace. And then enter in the password twice, and then click You're Not a Robot. And then you want to click on Register. Okay, so now when you register, you have to pay. So the second step is payment. You click the Buy Now button, and make sure that this is set to 1. Don't let it be set to 2. Oops, card is empty. Click on Buy Now. Make sure this is set to 1. So this is your total. Click on checkout, and then it's going to bring you to a payment page where you enter in credit card information to pay for the simulation. Once you are paid, then you're going to get into the next step. One last thing, they have some information here about an activation code. You do not have the activation code. There is no activation code for this class. The only option is to do the buy now, which is paid by credit card. So activation code is something special that only is available to certain textbooks. We're not using the textbooks that come with the activation code, so you have to use the buy now button. Okay, so after you pay for the simulation, you may have to click back in and sign back in. It doesn't automatically jump to this page, so you might have to actually sign back in, and once you get here, you're going to have our 2 green buttons here. So this is for the solo practice where you play by yourself. More on that later. And this is for the team competition. So the first thing you should do is click on Select Your Professor. And then you're going to pull down until you see my name in here somewhere. Right here, Mike Nugent. And then the class selection is Spring 2023. Don't select anything down here. It's the spring. The year is 2023 now, so you want to select that class selection. Hit submit. Okay, so now I'm ready to go. And I can click on play competition, and this is where I'm going to join my team. Okay, so when it goes to play team competition, I'm going to click here, and then all the teams are going to be listed here. They're slightly out of order because I guess it's doing it by the first digit here. So if you happen to be in team 21, you scroll down till you find team 21. If you're in team 22, you get the idea. So you keep scrolling down. Now, because this weird first digit thing, if you're in team 3, you have to scroll down until the 3 numbers start. So team 3 is right before team 30, and then team 4 is before team 40. I guess team 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are down here, and so they're a little bit out of order, but you get the idea. So I might be in team 3, so I'm going to scroll down to team 3, and again you have to go to Brightspace, and under groups, this is where you can discover what group you're in. So if I'm in team 3, I'm going to click team 3, and now when I click on play team competition, I'll automatically be in team 3. Okay? Don't change the team name, because then your teammates will not know what team to join. So don't change this. You can put your information here if you want to put your name and your email address. Well, you already have this on Brightspace, but you could put it in here as well as a duplicate. And then you're going to be completing the simulation for each of the rounds. There's a separate video on how to complete these rounds of the simulation. Now keep in mind that at the bottom, this is where you have their support email. If you forget your login, you can click here to get your login information. And this is where you can get the student manual. So you want to read over the student manual, which tells you it's a very quick read. It's only 15 pages, lots of pictures, lots of color to give you the basic overview of how the simulation works. This in conjunction to the simulation. So open up show all announcements. The simulation announcement is in here, and there'll be a separate link. This is the video you can watch to learn how to play the first round. All right, so let's go back to the simulation. Okay, so if you sign in again, this is the team competition, so you understand that. Now it's up to you to meet with your team or talk with your team or do teleconferencing with your team to get an idea of how you guys are going to work together to get that team competition completed. For the solo practice, you click on the solo practice, and this is a game that's only you. It's just you, nobody else. You're playing against computer players, and then you have to complete the individual simulation, all 6 rounds. You start in year 1, you complete year 1, and then with the individual practice, you can keep going and complete this all in one day if you want the individual practice. The team assignments, we have to wait until each team finishes their inputs, and then we process them at the end of each week. But for the individual practice, you can do this all at once, and you have to get to the goal is to finish all 6 of these rounds, year 1 through year 6. When you get to the finance page, year 4, and you click complete year 1, it automatically will bring you to the next year for the practice game. And you just have to make sure that you try, because there's a minimum score. You have to get 1,600 points, cumulative points on the overview points, which you'll understand once you watch the How to Play video. Okay, so that's my video on how to register and join your team on the Zoom simulation and how to complete this assignment. Thank you for your time. I hope you found this helpful.